Good morning all, this is Shiba. Now we are going to see about the 8086 microprocessor unit 2 8086 system bus structure. So in this we are going to discuss about the basic configurations. In 8086 microprocessor there are two basic configurations available for operating. First one is the minimum mode and second one is the maximum mode. As we have discussed in the earlier topics, this minimum mode and maximum mode decides whether the processor operates by its own or whether coprocessor is used for processing. In minimum mode, as I have mentioned earlier, only a single processor, that is your 8086 processor alone, will be acting as the master device. It alone processes the signal and produces the output, and so no external bus control will be provided. The internal control will be done entirely by your 8086 microprocessor. In maximum mode, external devices, that is coprocessors, are combined with your 8086 processors. So any processor can take the control of the device and can use the bus for processing. 33rd pin decides whether your device is going to operate in minimum mode or maximum mode. If you are connecting it to power supply 5 volt, it will be operating in minimum mode. If you are connecting it to the ground, it will be operating in the maximum mode. This is the simple concept lying behind this minimum and maximum mode. Now we are going to see about the minimum mode configuration in detail. As I have mentioned, by giving the supply VCC to the pin 33rd, that is connecting it to logic 1, will make it to operate in minimum mode. In this mode, all the control signals are given out by the microprocessor chip itself. Our chip only control all the bus signals and it will be generating all the control signals. You can see clearly in this tabulation, that is 3 pins are used to indicate data transfer and control in this pin: memory or input output, read and write, and it refers the transfer type also. You can see this transfer type IO read. IO read means which pin is going to be active. Of course, input output. So by giving the 0, that pin will be active. Since IO bar is mentioned in this diagram, in this pin configuration, by giving 0, that pin low signal, that pin will be active. And read also by giving low signal, since our operation is IO read. For write, it is an opposite operation. Read you have to give us 1 and write you have give it us 0. And memory has to be initiated. So memory is indicated by 1 1. And read means which signal has to be active? Read signal. So 0. Write means write has to be given as 0. This is the minimum mode configuration of 8086. Architecture restructuring is also mentioned in here. How it is restructured for operating in this minimum mode configuration. So here, similar to the timing diagram, 4 T states available. First T state, address or data is placed on the address data bus, and during second one, read or write is initiated. During third cycle it is used to provide the access to data. During fourth one, all the bus signals are deactivated. And memory read in minimum mode, the timing diagram is given here. You can see all the timings are consolidated in a single diagram. In before topic, we have seen every one in as an individual diagram. Now we have consolidated all the things. And memory write, a simple change, you are going to read the data there, and here you are going to write the data. So that is represented by the red color round to write the data. That single change alone is taken place here. You can see the real-time application of this minimum mode configuration also. Simple application is, we have discussed in the previous class, our scientific calculator. It doesn't need any coprocessor. It operates by its own. That processor alone controls the entire bus signals and it controls the entire operation of the device. Without any coprocessor support, it works. So that is the real-time application for minimum mode configuration of 8086 processor. So that's all about the minimum mode configuration. If you have any doubt in this, you can ask me and get the details. Thank you.